Hello, viewers, and welcome again to another edition of your favorite program called Talk to the Camera with me, Kona Sesay. As we still do stories up in the mountain villages, today we can walk now the Gloucester village, who say plenty people can normally call the settlement for Creoles them. We can walk for talk to the head man of the Gloucester village about how the peace and unity there among the people of Gloucester village and what are some of the challenges where you go get for share with una and some of the success stories where they at the Gloucester village. Good morning, sir, and welcome to this interview. Mina Kona Sesay from Sarah Network Media House. Do please introduce yourself.
Mina Frederick Hansils, headman Gloucester village.
As the headman for Gloucester village, you go please tell we who's root person the past for make you reach na Gloucester village and give a brief background about this village.
Well, Gloucester, then at the mountain side, now one of the mountain village. You either use can through Frabe College or through Leicester Peak, through IMAT Junction, through American Embassy to Leicester Junction, then it turn into Gloucester. Gloucester, they share boundary with different other villages, them Leicester, Regent, Bathurst, and Kissy, with parts of Frabe College. We get another route from Bathurst, not too motorable, but another route that they use for access Gloucester. Gloucester now one of the oldest villages then at this Freetown. We don't over 200 and almost 205 years now. And so now all village, it all past Boku community the way much. No.
Alright. So you will tell we as a demand for this community, waiting and waiting your job entails.
Well, my job entails for keep me people peaceful, bring them together, and for engage different government and NGO for bring development, engage me people follow work together for bring development, for the work with the health center, of course, for make sure say the health center always they ready for make sure say people then get good treatment. They work with different other organization them, but of course they work with the local council, Western area who are the city council, and the government, a government functionary, and are fully aware of that, and we try for push the village go before, but honestly we village a neglected village because we not get development now for at all.
Okay. When you talk of Leicester village, up Gloucester and all, people can normally talk say in a village for them Creole them as in outside the Creole them settle. How this be not true?
Yes, not true. This now old Creole village, we ancestor then have been na them in settle, and we run there. We like me, so me na Gloucester me born. Now I run there all my life, and as development they come in, all other tribe they na Gloucester now. I not think any tribe they now we not within this country we not in a Gloucester. So by and large, the village they grow, and almost all tribe they in this village now, and we try for live together peacefully, and make sure say the place comfortable for we all.
Alright. Speaking of comfort, what can you go tell people about Gloucester community where go urge somebody for live among the people of Gloucester?
Well, a peaceful community, a quiet community. Although as the village they full with experience, plenty lawlessness, people and they play music, loud music without they know they adhere to without they know they adhere to the law, because for play music for it didn't the constitution self, it didn't law. For go play music we go ambog your neighbor or next person. Plenty thing they go wrong, lawlessness, people in the course misbehave and all that thing and they. Of course, one of the problem we face now in town with land business, land grabbing and all that thing and they. We self-free now the people of Gloucester not seem for get access to your own property. And then we get like now so some development and they crave for we not get access to land. But we get thousands of acres where we see and don't shape. We the people of Gloucester they ask for place for development, for social amenities. We're not able to get access to them.
So, for make somebody, acquire a portion of land in a Gloucester community, how it go about?
Well, we got an area where they call Saddle. The area they don't for long years now. We the look say part of Gloucester. The Ministry of Lands take over there, then don't distribute the land and they to people. Whilst we self as a community, we all write letter to the ministry for like give we some portion of land for development. We all write to council. We'll not see any headway at 30 days. We'll not get place. This is not a village. We'll not get community center. We'll not get market. We'll not get hospital. We'll not get field. Just imagine. We'll not get field. We'll not get plenty things they will lack of in the village. And we still they ask for land for make sure say we get. Even market self will not get. So even if people want pepper self, then get for gonna town. Where they make the life in this village now really easy. And now the sea road condition, even though they so close to Freetown, we road conditions so bad, we don't push for the government can make the road. Well, government they say they not get money, but the situation for living here really not easy. Not easy.
You don't mention plenty challenge them where the people they face, but then how you they work with the councillor where they in this ward for see that then challenge them yes to solution come to them.
Well, interestingly, the councillor na Gloucester dey, and all of them probably why I don't highlight so and if you work write letter to ministry, to local council, I can copy am, and it's self but the road condition. Of course, we don't go SLRA. We don't try for see how we go engage SLRA for make the road. We don't get plenty engagement for see that the development kind of area.
We don't talk about the challenge where the people they face in a Gloucester community, but then make we talk about the things then where the people engage in, especially when you talk about the youth them. What exactly the youth them engage in?
Well, Gloucester na village where traditionally we na the highest vegetable producing village na the one old mountain. We dey produce vegetable where if we harvest today, sometime within the next 1-2 hours it'll reach in the market. So we dey produce fresh vegetable and we get some youth them we engage in vegetable production. And then people themselves where they farm now from waiting and they get from the gardening now and then they use or then they take for educate them picking. So if you see plenty picking and now we don't go college or we they go school, most of them, the background or the main source of revenue now from the garden where then they work.
Let me talk about them challenges so where you don't mention. So when you look at the youth them in our community, them always they around for see that security day for the people and for see that wherever we they need for give hands for see that work come and develop the community day. When I can get challenged and we get for do with road, we get for do with security, how I can cope with the youth and be it that we know waiting some youth them can engage in way knocking good.
Well, really we get helpful youths then at the community. We get youths then we engage in the we CSV them, the community safety volunteers them. Then they do very well, although they try to expand on the entire village. But to get one area when a borderline where the youths then they do very well for secure. With the share bound with Moriba. And we don't they get some security issues then they, and because the youths then don't come on board, and they engage in this security activity. And at the end the CSV them, community safety volunteers, they do well where we don't address the plenty security issues where they go around the area. They become the experienced and they go and stop people there with gun and all that thing in that area. Now that don't stop.
When they take transport for come inside the Gloucester community from the junction, you will see that the road dusty from up take and down. During the raining seasons, how we can tell like for the people?
During the rainy season it can bad. It can really bad because we can get the road, the water they spoil the road. But we can get the youths them and go take up on themselves. Then be very helpful and go take up on themselves. Then maintenance the road. And even now self we now plan for engage the youths them for open up the drainage so that when the drainage open the rain not go spoil the road too much. But it really not easy, we really need some support to not get because it's not easy. You not gonna engage the youths them for do something. At the end of the day, you not get something for give them. We really they struggle and we really not easy. Like we here man they need to pay we. All the time with all the developments where they go on, so we not get any support from council nor from central government. But as headman, I engage me people then go put small and get different projects we don't they handle. Now people in the community and then they subscribe to them. Even the CSV self now that borderline area you get people where they put their money every month. Then they pay money every month so they take for give the CSV then stipend. I want to commend all the people that were on the support in a different angle. We get road projects they go on over about 5 different road projects where people and they support we for do where they make half development they can, but we not get no support from government, not from local council, unfortunately.
Alright. Speaking of engaging with the youth, is it that now you directly they get connections with the youth when it gets for engaging with them, or you get a leader where you pass through?
Well, I get leader then a different side where they pass through. Depends on the developments where we want for back on the different area, because Gloucester is a very big community now. They go big by day. You get different area. Then if you want to do something, I know that I go call now, like Locoton, I know that I go call, then go volunteer for doing. If you want to do something about a line, I know that I go call, and so on. So by the area, we engage them by the area. So but generally then support good.
Alright. During the time when you just come now the Gloucester community and presently, how you go compare the two?
Well, I don't see much difference there. The time I don't come, plenty challenges in there. With regards lawlessness and plenty challenges them in there. But by God power, we've been get road challenge, we've been get plenty thing. You see that area with concrete and plenty thing the way we don't try for do for address plenty of the challenge. But the work in Gloucester I not even start yet because the challenges they're huge.
So, as a man, what are the plans for the Gloucester community inside this year 2021?
Okay, I get plenty plans. We get some projects that we don't embark on 2020. We want to finish this year 2021. Like the Mama Lane road, we try to expand them from one-way road to two-way road. We get a second cemetery we been to get some problem. We don't start for begin for commit burial day. We get this Highland Street Road. This road will go up. Now just one way road. Now we plan for C. We open up again to two-way road and concrete time. We get, of course, continue for engage the government and local council for letting see using for letting make we get part of we land within a Gloucester for make we go get place for the different things and social amenities they will lack. Like I mentioned, the market, hospital, field, and we get plenty plans then like small road. So we plan for open up again so that we will get easy access to the village because if somebody they come out Gloucester, for example, you no need for go through Leicester for access for go IMAT or beyond. You just use small road and access Leicester. You go shorter. If you come out Leicester, self the same thing. You know the work plenty. One for finish that Messe road we don't do. Messe bridge and the road for go up na that other end they would call Grassfield. Plenty people they call them Mamudu Tongue and plenty other thing then. This mystery to are so we don't start for begin make with the engagement with people that they reside in the streets. We don't start for concrete to culvert.
This revenue, usa it come out from the people of the community or from council?
Now from the people of the community. Honestly, council not do nothing for we in Gloucester. Nothing. We know, not to me own knowledge, but we not get nothing from council up to now. We still the appeal for support from council.
Right. So finally, what will be your message to Freetown City Council, to the councillors, the honourable Western Area local government, and also to the people of this community?
Well, me they continue for say thanks to me people me team. Me and my village area committee, I continue for say thanks to all of the people who they live in Gloucester who don't support me administration from what I take up of office as headman. And I go ask them for continue for join me for a push for development. Anybody who will get people who reside in the village where they in a different sector than a government. I ask them for let them continue for let them help we for push for the development Canaya. Because otherwise now like I tell you, if we not fet this fet now for make what I mean fet not to wall. I mean if we not push things now for make we get in land for all the social amenities then now we not go ever get them. Because you will find out say the land all they go and this is not the time way if we not do it now we're not going to ever get them. So we continue and continue for appeal to governments for letting look on the road. One of the biggest challenge now we road, you know, we dey see we picking in plenty picking in all we picking where they go secondary school, not town and they go school. We not get even secondary school in the village. And it cost the parents them plenty money for pull and picking from Gloucester, send and go na town every day, right? It cost them time, it cost them money. And we need secondary school in Gloucester. We desperately need secondary school in Gloucester. If I not lie, this is now one of the village we not get, now the whole country, we not get government secondary school. We not get even private secondary school in Gloucester. You know, so it's not really easy. Just imagine this terrain, we don't accident that don't take place. We involve picking the way they go school na tongue. Where na God no more save their life. You know, so we really need development now. We get for really appeal to government for letting support we with the thing that will lack in this community. Like you say, this community is neglected. This community deprived. We not get government attention. Now government after government, we don't know what's in the happen. We need government attention now.
Plenty thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Viewers, una sef don listen as the headman for the Gloucester community don talk concerning the difficulties dem wey the people dey face na the Gloucester community, as he mentioned the good road wey no dey, the market facility wey no dey, and he also mention say secondary school no dey for school pikin dem. He also mention say that the Western Area District Council no do anything yet for the Gloucester community, and so in that light, e dey call upon the council for come to their aid and try for bring remedy to the challenge wey the people they face. We bring the program come to you today. My name na Kona Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition of Talk to the Camera, I say tata.